The morning broke slick and gray, a sheet of quiet rain making the street shine like a mouthful of silver. Amara hugged her coat tighter and lengthened her stride, the city still yawning awake around her. Buses breathing, a bakery's first warm exhale drifting across the road. She checked the light, stepped off the curb, and a blur shot from beneath a parked car. A small brown dog, ribs fine as reeds, skittered into the lane. Headlights swung, brakes screamed. Amara moved without thinking. Her coffee hit the pavement, a dark blossom. She lunged, palms burning as she slid, and gathered the trembling body to her chest. Tires hissed past her heels, wind lifting the hem of her coat like a warning she dodged by inches. For one suspended second, everything held its breath. The dog looked up at her, not frantic, not feral, seeing her. Its eyes were the wrong kind of old for something so small, ambered, steady, as if measuring the weight of her pulse through her soaked coat. Then the moment snapped. Horns barked. Someone cursed from a window. Amara scrambled back to the curb. The animal clutched tight and didn't breathe until the danger blurred into distance. "You're all right," she whispered, though she didn't know if that was true. The dog's fur was rain-slick and cold, but its body was warm, heat finding the space beneath her collarbone. It made a surprised, soft sound when she shifted her hold, a sound she felt more than heard, like a note plucked inside her. At home, the keys were clumsy in her wet hands. Her flat met her with its usual faithful hush, plants asleep on the windowsill, the soft thrum of the radiator, her favorite mug waiting by the sink. She set the dog on an old beach towel and crouched, breath still unsteady. Up close, the animal smelled faintly of forest after rain, earth, leaves, a green sweetness she couldn't place. "Lost boy?" she said, checking for a collar. Nothing. Just a roughness at the scruff, as if something had once sat there too tight and too long. "Lucky boy." It watched her. That was all. Some animals have a way of staring past you, through you. This gaze rested on her, followed her. If she shifted, the eyes adjusted. Not possessive, not pleading, attentive, as if she were the one trembling on a roadside and it had plucked her out of danger. Amara shook herself and fetched a bowl, a can of soup, a small dish of water. The dog ate with quiet focus, not greedy. Grateful, she thought, and felt foolish for thinking it. She told herself she was simply a woman with a soft spot and a steady job, and an empty apartment that sounded larger when it rained. She had done a good thing. Then she could go about her day the way she liked it. Orderly, predictable, safe. Still, as she moved through her routine, something in the air kept catching on her skin. A presence, subtle as static. Her grandmother used to say certain moments carry a hum, like a wire you can't see, but you feel all the same. Amara felt it by the window when she checked her emails, by the door when she tested the deadbolt twice, at the stove when the kettle sang. When she bent to gather the towel, the dog edged closer, pressing its head to her knee. Heat bled through denim. She exhaled. "Okay," she murmured, surprising herself with the tenderness in it. "You can stay. Just for today." It settled as if it had been waiting to hear, that small body curved like a question mark at her feet. She made a nest from an old sweater she never wore and placed it beside the couch. The dog went to it obediently, then lifted its eyes to her again, and something in her steadied, the way a melody finds its key. Maybe she had saved him. Maybe he had saved her right back, from the quiet that sometimes felt too loud. Amara wasn't superstitious, but she had learned to respect the ways her body spoke to her when her mind was convinced of other things. Right now, her heartbeat had settled into a slower, deeper rhythm, as if matching a drum through the wall. Dusk came early under the rain. She drew the curtains and switched on the lamp by the couch, a gentle amber that warmed the room into a place that could hold secrets. The dog slept. She watched a documentary with the sound low and the captions on. She told herself she was only resting her eyes when she stretched out and let the day drain away. lightning stitched the sky. Amara woke to stillness so complete it felt deliberate. The lamp hummed. Her phone blinked with one unread message she didn't open. Rain ticked along the window like fingers. On the rug, the sweater lay empty. "Boy," she called softly. The room answered with quiet. A shadow near the bookshelves shifted, then stood. She saw the shape before she understood it. A tall silhouette, bare shoulders catching the lamplight, a sheen of water on skin. Her breath snagged. The figure did not move closer. He stood as if yielded by the dark itself, head tipped slightly, watching her with eyes she knew. Amara didn't scream. She sat up slowly, blanket gathered to her chest, every cell in her body both fleeing and leaning in. The air carried that same green, sweet scent, deeper now, threaded with warmth. Her name rose to her tongue and dissolved there. "Who?" The word thinned. She tried again, softer, as if the room might shatter. "Who are you?" A heartbeat. 2. The distance between them felt no wider than a held breath. When he spoke, his voice slid through the quiet like a low flame finding wood. "You shouldn't have saved me." The lamp flickered. Somewhere outside, thunder rolled close, like a promise drawing near.